Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Plano Independent Sports Network. I'm Kevin Long, the Judge, John Payton, and riding shotgun as always. And, Judge, we got a little bit of a different show this evening.
Well, we really do, Kevin. We have an opportunity here to not only talk about a rivalry that's been tested over the time since 1982 between two really great schools, and now with the third school coming on in the last 10 years, like Planoettes, another rivalry created there, but we also have an opportunity to talk about two schools that have created a strong rivalry that are coming together, actually, in the stands while they battle it out on the gridiron.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, we do have a couple of guests here. Diane Goebel is to my right, and so why don't we start visiting with her right away. She's with the Plano. I guess you would say we've made it clear you weren't the the spot or the coach of the Planoettes, but you are with the Planoettes.
Yes, I am the publicity chairman for Planoette Bootbackers, and so we support the drill team and the director any way we can.
Well, you shake me down for $5 every Friday night because I always get out there and get one of those hamburgers and sodas. Those are pretty good.
Oh, yeah, those are made by the famous Planoette Grill Dads.
All right, tell us a little bit about what we got going on where Weston, or I should say Plano East and Plano are going to utilize this rivalry for a real good cause.
We sure are. On October 28th, the two teams will play, and although we'll be rivals on the field, in the stands, everyone will be united, and we hope that every single person attending the game will be wearing pink. The drill teams are selling shirts to promote the pink out, but we're hoping that everyone will wear pink because this is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we want to use this opportunity to promote this cause to the community and to also raise funds for Susan G. Komen for the cure.
Tell us a little bit about what led you to, let's say, join hands with your diabolical rival on this one.
Well, last year, each of our teams sponsored a pink out. Planoettes held a pink out at one of our games, and Plano East Cheer led the pink out effort for their school. And so this year we decided we'd make an even greater impact by joining forces and uniting and doing it together.
Oh.
So we fill the entire John Clark Stadium with pink.
Okay, hopefully that'll happen. Tell you what, why don't we get the Plano East perspective on this, Judge?
Well, I'm very fortunate to have with me Summer Simmons, who is the cheerleading coach for the Plano East Panthers. Summer, thank you for joining us this evening. You know, this is going to be a monumental opportunity. I grew up with the rivalry as a Plano East graduate and got to watch that play in the game, be a part of all of that. But more excitingly is that it's not just going to be a battle on the gridiron. There's going to be a battle in the stands. What's the battle against?
We are battling, of course, against breast cancer and wanting to, let people know that, it doesn't just affect women, it also affects men, and that, it's affecting moms and sisters and, friends and your neighbors and, everybody out there. So we want everybody to know they need to, do their testing and, check for things to make sure that they're, they don't get breast cancer. And if they do, they catch it early enough.
And we're doing it in a forum where the people we're identifying really aren't just old, but a good majority of them are going to be young. What's the idea behind that in bringing this to the forefront for younger women and younger men?
Just letting them know, like early on, the signs to look for, and how they can help on getting the word out, and to be part of the fight against breast cancer, not just for themselves but for their friends and family as well. During
the game, because this is going to be at the game, is that correct? And the game is on what day?
Friday, October 28th.
Friday, October the 28th, and it's going to be at John Clark Stadium. Is that correct? At the game, are you guys going to have any kind of information booth? Is there going to be a Susan G. Komen booth out there? What are you going to have that might be available to some of the young women who've heard of breast cancer? They may have had a grandmother impacted by it, may have had a mom impacted by it, or an aunt or a friend's mom, where they could drop by and maybe get some information. Are you going to have that kind of thing available?
We are in talks with some people to try and get some information. We had it at our game last year. We had some people that came out and had a table set up with some information on how to look for the signs and how to do self tests and things like that. So we are working to see if we can get that to happen for next week's game too.
Well, and let's talk about that for a moment, because sometimes it's kind of embarrassing.
Yes.
We talked about this with Principal Watkins from Plano Senior High, and hope to have the same conversation with Miss McDonald as well. But, as a young girl, it's kind of embarrassing to talk about your body with other people that you don't know, strangers. Is there a placard or a card? Is there information out there where a young lady in the privacy of her bathroom or the privacy of her home can do that kind of thing?
Yes.
Self-checking to make sure that she's okay?
Yes, I know Komen has like a card, you can actually, like a shower card that you can hang in your shower, and then, it has information for you.
And should a girl feel weird about the fact that she's self-checking to make sure that she doesn't have any of the symptoms of breast cancer?
No, you should never at all feel that way, because of course you want, if you want to check, you want to make sure that it doesn't happen to you, and if it does, you want to make sure you catch it early on.
What kind of efforts have you done here at Plano East and with the cheerleading squad to create this pink out that you're wanting to create at John Clark Stadium?
We are selling T-shirts. We have a pink out T-shirt that we have in conjunction with Plano Senior High, and we've been selling those at lunches. We're selling them at our football games. The cheerleaders are selling them. We know that there's other organizations that are, selling some things for pink out. The cheerleaders are going to have a couple of things that they're going to sell for people to put on their cars, and ribbons to wear at the games. Other things just to get more donations and to really do everything we can to pink out the entire stadium at John Clark.
Now, how much is the cost of the T-shirt? How do you get a hold of a T-shirt if you're a Plano East fan, or not a Plano East fan, but are living on the east side of town, let's say, and they want to be able to pick one up, it's more convenient for them? How do they do all that?
They can pick them up at the lunches. If they want to stop by Plano East and pick up a lunch, they can always catch a cheerleader in the hallways or out and about. You can just ask one of them. They can pick one up for you. We're going to be selling them at our 3 feeder high schools at Clark and at McMillan and at Williams. We'll be selling those next week there. We'll also have it at the football game this Friday night.
And what are the costs of the T-shirts?
They're $10.
$10. Mm-hmm. And do you take check, cash? How are they?
Cash and check.
Cash and check.
We'll
Okay, very good. And where does this money go to? I mean, is this a fundraiser for you guys to buy a new car for the cheerleading squad?
We are between the Planoettes and Plano East. We are both donating all proceeds for the shirts and everything we get. We're donating all to Komen.
Wow, so 100%.
100%.
All right. Thank you, Coach Simmons,
Thank you.
very much. All right, back to you, Kevin.
Well, I'll tell you what, why don't we will talk to some of the young ladies who are going to be involved in it right after these messages.